Hey guys, uh, I've been sitting there watching videos and stuff out here in the barn, killing time on a Sunday. Uh, I, I'm watching all these videos, man, about politics and everything that's going on in the world today, uh, schools, everything. And in America today, a white man, heterosexual man, is so looked down upon, so trashed that he pretty much we can't say anything. There's going to be somebody, oh, you're a white man, that's white privilege or whatever. Well, the women have been fighting for a long time, to be equal to every man on earth. Not to just be equal on their jobs or equal, no, they want to be equal to every man on earth. Well, you have done so. You women are sitting in positions and have money and power and control, just like the men on the earth do. And in America, they've been bitching for a long time about how it was white slave owners that built this country, and white men slave owners that built this country, and that's who's ruined it. They trashed it. The white men, not ladies, not girls, just white men. It goes down. Look back through your history books. All men in power and control positions for years, years and years and years and years and years. Well, in the future, it's not going to be like that. The women are going to be hated just as much. And it looks like most of them are going to be white women. Now, there are black women, and there are Mexicans, and there are Asians, and there are other women that aren't white. But a lot of them are the white women that are in power. Now, in the future history books, they won't be just trashing white men. They'll be trashing you women as well. You're not going to get out of it. Reason being is today the second person in line for the presidency is a woman. The third person in line for the presidency is a woman. Two of the biggest organizations that are not even part of the government today, but have full authority granted to them by Donald Trump when he put us all under medical martial law. He granted that authority to FEMA and the CDC and the WHO. I'm not sure about FEMA and who's running it right now. But the CDC, woman. WHO, woman. So you see, right there alone is four positions. No, it isn't the presidency, but we know that position ain't nothing but a puppet position anyway, just from who's sitting in there right now. But in America today, the four next highest positions are women. You women are not going to like it. You're not going to like it. You're not going to be, You're not going to enjoy being the ones they blame every fucking thing that happens on. But you're going to have to. You've been involved now for too long. You're in high places. You don't get to walk away no more. Another thing I want to talk about, folks, these electric cars. Electric cars. People think this shit is new technology. They've been making electric cars. They've been building electric cars for over 100 years. Now, and matter of fact, Tesla, he built an electric car when he was alive that would do 90 miles an hour. I ain't lying to you. You see, they take this technology and they put it away. They figure out what kind of technology that they can make the most money off of. That's the technology they allow us to use. Now, they want to tell you in 100 years, the best they got for an electric car is a Tesla. Are you kidding me? You're telling me in 100 years, these electric cars hadn't figured out how to make it to where they can charge themselves? Is that what you want to tell me? Please. That's the stupidest thing you could even say. There is no reason in the world why an electric car could not recharge itself and that basically never need charging. They could put a charging system in the brake, and every time you hit the brakes, it charges the batteries. Every time you press on your brake pedal, it recharges your batteries. People, you're going to tell me they couldn't put an alternator on a car, on an electric car, and turn it with one of the wheels? In some way, you could turn it with one of them wheels and make it recharge the batteries. You could have an alternator on all four wheels. You see, they don't want you to have something like that because they can't. They would have to charge you a gazillion dollars for it because they wouldn't be making all their money up in other places, like you buying fuel off of them, you buying electricity from them. They wouldn't be making all that money, so they'd have to tack all that money that they would lose on top of that car, and none of us could afford them. But I can bet you, I would almost bet my life that the people that are running things, the real people in control, the six families, I bet you they got electric cars that recharge themselves. Want to bet? You will never get it. These clowns that are driving these Lamborghinis and shit and these high dollar fucking supercars and shit, they won't have enough money to get one. They ain't the mega rich. These guys that go around here showing everybody how much money they got and shit, most of them are living off of credit. They can go get credit because their businesses or whatever will make money and be able to pay it back, and they run off of credit. They don't have the cash. Donald Trump doesn't have $28 billion in the bank or $20 billion in the bank. Elon Musk doesn't have however many billions of dollars they say he's got. He don't have that much cash in the bank, folks. I bet you he owns one. I bet you Elon owns one that'll recharge itself. If he doesn't, he's a complete and utter moron, doesn't know nothing about electric cars. Because even a dumbass hillbilly like me knows the way they're building those electric cars, you could use the brake system to recharge it. Every time you use a brake, it recharges the batteries. Maybe if you're on a long trip and you're not hitting the brakes that often, then your brakes aren't going to keep, or you might not be able to keep the car charged. That's why I'm saying you could throw an alternator on it. They're not going to do that, folks. They're not out here to make it cheaper for you and I to live. They want it to cost us as much as possible because they get all that money. These 6 families get all of it, whether you believe me or not. There's been people that invented cars that ran off of water, used frying oil, deep fryers. There was a guy, he went all the way across the United States stopping at Burger Kings and McDonald's and shit when he needed fuel. And he'd go in there and they would give him their old deep frying oil. He'd pour it in his car and drive down the road with it. They had cars that run off of moonshine, folks. Steam engines. There was a lot of other stuff that people have made cars, vehicles that will run off of something other than fuel, gas, oil. They stop that shit. They buy it up, slap patents on it, and refuse to let anybody have it. They had carburetors, folks, back when I was a kid and all them big V8s were coming out. They had carburetors that you could put on one of them V8s to get 50 miles to a gallon. The guy sold the damn patent to the government. They slapped they owned the patent now. They put it on a shelf. You'll never see it. No, people. They're not here to help us. They're not here to give us that American dream. They're here to take it away. And until you guys understand that, they're going to keep taking it away. Just say no. Walk away. God loves you, so do I. Till the next one, folks.